Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update on Friday, June 8th at 11:51 p.m. Mountain Time 2018. You're looking at Halemaumau, the main crater at Kilauea. You're looking at the collapsed structure. Now, the original lava lake was over in this region, was very small, just about 15 acres, 12 to 15 acres, now expanding to over 300 acres with this drop down plateau. Now, this is a big issue here. We need to worry about this drop down plateau as well as the other plateaus dropping down with it. The main caldera here is enlarging, and you could see another rift zone in this region and another further rift zone in this region. These are drop-down plateaus that will enlarge this crater as it continues to evacuate the lava chamber. Now, the lava is being evacuated down on the east rift zone, and what is emanating out of here is the rocks, steam, and debris from the drop down into the main caldera system. This is indicative and typical of shield volcanoes, which are completely different than stratovolcanoes, which are the pointy ones that you see in cartoons that are exploding, like Mount St. Helens. Different type of volcanic system here. But what you are witnessing is the re-enlargement of a main caldera, and as Kilauea gets active in its past, there have been multiple large calderas that were active. Now, the typical nature of this volcano is eruptive and active. What we've seen in the last 100 years of quiescence, when hundreds of people moved into the flank of this active volcano, is a very rare event. That is in a time when it wasn't erupting, which is only during solar maximums. And if you watch our channel, you know that we're heading into a grand solar minimum. And that means that Kilauea is going to act as it usually does during high cosmic ray flux periods, and that is eruptive in nature. So we're looking for this amount of debris to explode out of the caldera in the near future, because this plateau is dropping down and clogging the main vent, which is going to cause steam to build and more phreatic eruptions, as we have seen. We saw a 5.2 today. We're going to get to it. Let's get on with the update. The 416 fire in Durango is burning strong. Hundreds more evacuations ordered due to the fire in Durango. The 416 blaze grows to 7,180 acres. I had a live update earlier. I filmed the smoke plume and I shared it on Facebook just moments ago. I hope you guys watched it. The 416 fire burning in southwest Colorado continues to grow more than a week after it was first reported. The most growth in the last 48 hours, where it's over doubled in size, so we're going to be watching this closely. Wet weather returns to the mid-Atlantic, Midwest, cooler Northwest with mountain snow possible. Grand solar minimum pattern, severe storms, summery heat, mountain snow. Crop loss much? Seriously, snow in June. Travelers who plan to drive over Stevens Pass, take note. It's true. It might be June in less than 2 weeks from the official start to summer in North America, but the National Weather Service has warned Friday that snow levels in the mountains could fall 4,000 to 5,000 feet this weekend. Al, are you listening? This guy put a suit on for you, and he wore his red tie. Good for him. The first Eastern Pacific hurricane of 2018 is now a Category 4 beast. You can see the eye forming right here quite well. Well, that escalated quickly. Hurricane Aleta became the first tropical storm of the Eastern Pacific hurricane season on Thursday, and by Friday morning it had spun into a Category 4 monster. The storm might not be done ramping up either. The meteorological marvel is thankfully not forecast to make landfall, though rip currents and swells are possible along Mexico's west coast this weekend. Heads up. Melbourne records its coldest start to winter since 1982. 1982. Damn. I bet you it's going to be really cold. It's true. Coastal capital of the southeastern Australia state of Victoria, Melbourne, population 4.8 million, has recorded its coldest start to June since 1982, according to data provided by the bomb. We're going to be getting to that because we have some secret information about our guest on our radio show coming up this Wednesday. So stay with us. Huge plume of Sahara dust traveling over the Atlantic. Several plumes hitting Southeast Europe as we speak. Thank you, watchers. A huge plume of Saharan dust is currently being transported over the Atlantic Ocean. At the same time, several plumes are moving towards southeastern Europe. Here you can see the wisp towards Europe and the other wisp going towards the Caribbean. What scientists working at CAMS, the Copernicus Atmosphere Monitoring Service, parts of the EU's Earth Observation Program, called an enormous plume of Sahara dust, is currently transporting westward over Cape Verde and further west towards northern South America and the Caribbean. The desert dust is transported over long distances at low altitudes, increasing albedo and furthering the cooling effect of the planet. At the same time, the very active dust season is bringing even more Sahara dust towards the Mediterranean countries. Take a look. Remember when the snow turned orange? Yes. Now it will be your eyeballs. Both plumes have the potential to cause significantly increased levels of small particulates at 10 microns at the surface levels. The latest daily dust forecasts from CAMS are available from the global forecast systems and the European models, but I suggest you check out these Jiffy Cats because they're badass. Look at that. Could you imagine just a couple of those magic mushrooms? Whew, that would be. Gulf of Mexico hypoxic dead zone forecast to exceed 17,250 square kilometers. Yeah, that's 6,600 square miles. You know why that is? That's because that's pollution. It's not CO2, kids. It is nitrate runoff from all the golf courses and all the nonsense up there. It's real pollution killing real animals in a really dead anoxic sea. Has nothing to do with you. Oh, yeah, it does. Has everything to do with you. That's why they're allowing it to happen. This is such BS. They are claiming that the main pollutant on Earth is plant food, but yet they allow the hypoxic zones to grow ever larger, killing millions of aquatic invertebrates as well as vertebrates as we speak. They're disgusting. If you don't know what a dead zone is, come over to Wikipedia here, dead zone ecology. Dead zones are hypoxic, low oxygen areas in the world's oceans caused by excessive nutrient pollution from human activities. This is actually scientifically proven to be actually caused by us. And guess what? We're not doing a thing about it. Nope, because we don't care, because it's all about global warming. With 182,000 lightning strikes in May, France doubles its record, 4 killed in recent storms. Electric universe much? Grand solar minimum? I wonder if it has to do with the magnetic sheath shrinking down as the magnetic reversal occurs before your very lives. Yes, it's true. It's happening. Seismic update. Kilauea will not stop rocking. Still popping. 5.2 volcanic explosion. As predicted, we're expecting a 5.8 or greater now that I've witnessed that shelf in the next 48 to 72 hours. So we're looking at the largest event to come from Kilauea happening as the next event. Mark my words. You can see the massive uptick in moderate output from Hawaii. We have a 5.0 in Tonga interspersed, as well as a 4.6 in the Philippines and a 4.9 in Papua New Guinea, showing up in blue, as well as a 4.5 in Vanuatu. At the Mohorovic discontinuity, so we were going to be watching for a larger quake at the surface here. Now, the West Coast has been rocking slightly today, and I'm sure this 3.9 earlier, which is downgraded to 3.7, got some pennies in a bunch. That was at 3.9 before I left. Heads up, Redwood Valley. Come on, please load. Earthquake swarm detected under dormant Panacota volcano in Chile, Bolivia. Clearly a stratocone of explosive phreatic volcanic activity here, but the seismic swarm detected under Parinacota stratovolcano along the Chile-Bolivia border on June 6th. There are no known historical eruptions. Now, this isn't a rarity. If we look at most of the stratocone volcanoes that exploded during the Dalton and Maunder minimum, there is no geologic studies. So there are so many thousands of stratocone volcanoes worldwide, and we just don't have the geology students to travel to these extremely remote areas to go check out the lahars and mudflows. Now, if we did, what we would find is that all of these volcanoes were erupting in these periods. And in fact, the limited amounts that we have visited in recent times, we find that the explosive activity of these stratocones, they were all active, up to 1,000 plus volcanoes erupting during all grand minimas. This is only new evidence. So, heads up, the future is smoky. Come on, come with me here. Kilauea destroys 600 homes, marking the most destructive eruption in modern times, but absolutely the common and standard way this volcano erupts. The people in these areas were duped to buy houses simply because the volcano was not erupting. Had they consulted geologists, they would have probably said, do not build houses there. It will be covered in lava within 200 years. Now, the number of homes destroyed by lava has reached 600 since Kilauea started erupting on May 3rd, 200 destroyed just in the last 48 hours. The most destructive eruption in modern times, the most destructive in the United States since the 1980 eruption of St. Helens. And this is just the beginning. Kilauea's summit overflight shows that this caldera has increased in size by a factor of 10 and may increase in size by a factor of 20. And by increasing in size, the debris choking off the main venting system is becoming heavier and thicker, which is only going to increase the explosivity index of this non-explosive shield volcano. Now, luckily, it probably won't explode above a magnitude of 6, but it will not be unheard of in the fact that this shelf alone contains several cubic kilometers of material that would create quite a boom. There's your boom right there. And there's a boom out. Yes. Thank you, USGS, for this new overflight data that you're actually providing the public. We appreciate it. Quickly, let's get on with the update. If this will ever load. Hawaii volcano warning. Scientists have no idea when eruption will end. Yeah, we do, actually. The average length of eruptions at this magnitude are between 60 and 150 days. We're right around the midpoint. We're looking for a major event to occur and then a slow drop off in seismic activity. Hopefully that will happen in the next few weeks. But that being said, this volcano is not going to stop for several more weeks until a major phreatic event clearing the main caldera occurs. Worldwide Volcano News Update. Dukono, Reventador, Sakurajima. Continuous volcanic emissions from Dukono. Reventador, new volcanic ash emissions. Sakurajima erupted again. 30 plus days continuous activity. Arizona prepares for mass exodus of Californians in event of catastrophic earthquake. Really? You mean they're not going to run into the Pacific Ocean and all drowned? Good thinking, Arizona. The brochure, If Crisis of War Comes, is available to download. This is coming from the Swedish Civil Contingencies Agency. They provided this to every civilian in their country. Now, this is the least politically active country in the entire world. It's Sweden. But they know something. They know about tangible information on how to prepare. Sweden is well aware that proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance in the grand solar minimum when, yes, empires collapse. You are here, and we're going down here in just a decade. So, that's just a heads up. Why is the information coming out now? Tangible information on how to prepare coming out of Sweden. To the general public. NASA satellites make magnetic discovery in turbulent space near Earth. NASA's magnetospheric multiscale, the MMS spacecraft, has detected magnetic activity occurring in a new and surprising way in the environment of the near-Earth space. Well, if they have been following the electric universe, like I have for the last decade, they would know that the Earth is surrounded by charged particles known as plasma. Most of these high-energy particles are deflected by the magnetosphere. But times are changing, and our magnetosphere is waning. We are in the middle of a magnetic excursion in the form of a single-sided pole flip, where both poles in about 2035 are going to meet just west of Indonesia. It's true, folks. And there is some funny stuff happening in the near atmosphere. Now, the process known as magnetic reconnection is commonly observed in Earth's magnetosphere, generally under calm conditions. However, new data from NASA's MMS has shown for the first time that this process also occurs in the extremely turbulent near-Earth environment known as the magnetosheath, according to a statement from NASA. Now, according to a statement from all observers, we've known this forever. And that's a heads up. The Patiba Nut and Seed Oil Expeller Oil Press for $129 is the way to go for manual extraction of nut oils. And we're including seed oils, and you can extract almost any oil from any oil product using this manual technique. This is the best product on the market. Most of these get 3 or less stars. This one gets 3.5. But if you're going to spend $130 on a manual contraption, I say not. Don't do it. If you have a single solar panel, you can run the Happy Buy oil press. Now, the Happy Buy oil press machine, commercial grade home automatic oil press machine, 304 stainless steel oil expressor extractor with 3 uses for peanut, nut, seed, auto oil press, is actually the way to go. It still gets 3.5 stars, but it is run on electricity, which you can run from a panel, 400 watts. So you'll probably need 2 full-size panels to run this during the sunny day. But the manual extractor is not as good as this particular machine here. So this machine will automatically oil press beans, peanuts, sesame seeds, other seeds, sunflower, walnut, pumpkin. It's made of 304 grade stainless steel and easy to use. You just plug it in, feed the seeds into the hopper, press start, and it will process oil for you. One of the most important things to have in the future is a source of fat and nutrients quickly, also for cooking. So, really good prepping tool here. Heads up. Climate Change, The Facts 2017 by Jennifer Morrow-Hassey. Yes, she's the editor of Climate Change, The Facts, and she'll be joining us on Wednesday. We just spoke via email, and she can't wait to talk to us about this particular book. Now, Climate Change, The Facts 2017 contains 22 essays by internationally renowned experts and commentators, including Dr. Bjorn Lomborg, Dr. Matt Ridley, Professor Peter Ridd, Dr. Willie Soon, Ian Plimmer, Roy Spencer, and literary giant Clive James. The volume is edited by Dr. Mauro Hassi, who's going to be joining us Wednesday on our radio program, The Inconvenient Truth on Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com, Studio A. That's Wednesday, 9 p.m. to midnight, East Coast. Now, she happened to send us a primer to what we're going to be talking about. And it is, in fact, I'm going to be including this PDF under the video here. Here it is. And these are some of the things, an introduction to Climate Change, the Facts, the book that they're selling, and some of the things we'll be talking about. Now, we're going to be talking about natural climate cycles, the physics of carbon dioxide, the Great Barrier Reef and ocean acidification that the alarmists use to obfuscate the truth, the economics of climate change, the fact that there is no unifying theory of climate, which means there is no consensus. And in conclusion, we are going to get to the facts. Yes, we are. Because Jennifer Morahasi is going to be joining us. You'll get the introduction. I will give you this PDF. And we're just going to end real quick here on Volcano YT. Come support them. They're back up. They have the live Kilauea update. They have Merapi. And they've really been doing some hard work. So give them a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. And tell them Diamond sent you. What you're looking at up here is Fissure 8 in the Eastern Rift Zone. And up to the top left here, you're looking at the seismics. So you can see some major seismic activity happening live here at Kilauea. We're waiting for a major explosive event to occur at any moment. Real quick, we'll come to the latest earthquakes. And we'll check out, we've had a 2.6 minor tremor. Guys, I hope you got something out of the video. Times are changing quickly. Now is not the time to dawdle. Now is the time to prepare. To survive and thrive in the future, you need a bug-out plan, or you need to be in a rural area where you're learning to grow food, sustainable energy from multiple sources, including the sun, wind, biogas, biodiesel. Think wood gasifier. Think sustainable future. What happens if the grid turns off? Turn off your panel right now and think about what will be gone in the morning. Be safe, everybody.